Yamamoto. For those of you who are surprised to see Yamamoto pitch at the end of Game 7, you may not have been alive, so let me calculate 24 years ago. Hey, there's a solid 25% of you who have no idea what Randy Johnson did in 2001 when he was with the Diamondbacks and they were winning Game 7 on a walk-off by Luis Gonzalez over Mariano Rivera blowing the save and the New York Yankees, who were going for their fourth straight World Series. May not remember that Randy Johnson started Game 6 and then came in relief in Game 7. But if you do remember that, you sure as heck fire don't remember a guy pitching Game 6 after a complete game in Game 2, might I add. 96 pitches, 6 innings in Game 6, no days off. It's not 3 days rest Yamamoto came in. It's not 2 days rest. It's not 1 day rest. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched in Game 7 on 0 days rest, and they didn't bring him in to face a batter. Yamamoto got the most outs of any of the Dodgers pitchers on Saturday night. Yamamoto came in and pitched the final 2+ innings to earn the win in Game 7. Obviously, the unanimous MVP choice for the World Series. It is impossible for me to properly. No, it's not. It's my job. Let me try. When you know that you've got a pitcher who doesn't need protection, it is such a warm and fuzzy feeling to a front office. The Blue Jays example is their pitcher Varland. You know you can throw him out every day. We had guys like that in our World Series run. You could throw Chad Fox out there every game. The view and the feeling of knowing that that guy's available, even if he goes 46 pitches, that he needs 0 days rest. We call them rubber arms. Starting pitchers just don't have rubber arms because they have built up their arm totally differently. Rubber arm pitchers, you can call the bullpen. They can be ready to go in 7 tosses, bring them in the game. Sometimes in the bullpen, they can do name that tune. I can be ready in 6 tosses. No. Tell the manager I can be ready in 5 tosses. Those are the people you know that can cover up your mistakes when you don't go to the bullpen fast enough, when an inning gets away from you too quickly, and it happens. When we're second-guessing everyone, how did you not have anyone up? Meanwhile, if you're managing the game, you can't believe that this would unravel that quickly. Rubber arm people matter. Starters don't have it. Definitionally, through training, through basic etiquette of how to deal with a starting pitcher in year 2 of a 12-year deal. But we had an inkling. If you're a detective and you were watching the 18-inning game and you read about Yamamoto being willing to go and pitch in that 18-inning game right after he had pitched Game 2. He had 1 day of rest in that case, but he was ready to go, wasn't used as Freddie Freeman walked it off in the 18th inning. That's got to be in your head as a data point if you're Andrew Friedman or Dave Roberts of the Dodgers. You pull him after 96 pitches in Game 6 because of your data point. You know that there's a possibility Yamamoto is going to be available in a Game 7 and that you are going to need him. After Game 6 is not when you talk to Yamamoto, because you can't speak to a starting pitcher the day he starts and ask how he's going to feel when they wake up. My thing as team president, non-baseball guy, why let a guy go to sleep? We know we've got 1 game left. We always worry about how will the player wake up? How will the pitcher wake up? What will be the level of soreness? I always thought to myself, and I would have done it with Josh Beckett in Game 6, the complete game, if we had not won Game 6 and we had to play Game 7 in 03 Yankee Stadium. My thought was, keep Beckett up all night. He does it anyway. Therefore, he won't have time to get tired or sore. Remember, you only get hungover if you stop drinking. You only get tired on your legs if you stop running. Keep going. But, of course, Yamamoto goes to bed First thing on Saturday morning that has to happen is Yamamoto checks in with his interpreter, who checks in with the trainer, who checks in with Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts immediately. Remember, those games were in Toronto, Game 7 Saturday night. It's an 8:10 p.m. start, first pitch. But they needed information no later than 10 a.m. Roughly 10 hours before game time is when you are finalizing everything you're doing. When Yamamoto picks up the phone and says, I can go today, the Dodgers went to work. The Dodgers planned out exactly what they were going to do, using every one of their starters from the entire World Series as part of the bullpen in Game 7. It was simply a masterclass that Mark Pryor, pitching coach, Dave Roberts, manager, Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes, GM, that they put together in getting through that Toronto lineup for 27 outs.